Now, this is not that far away from Kenmare Hall. It's the Martup rest area on Albany Highway. Now, there's supposed to be a track leading through to what I believe is called Woodanilling Pool. That's up the back here, so I'm just going to take a wander up there. Not going to take the coaster up because I don't know what the track's like. So we'll just go and see what that is like. Now, I wouldn't really consider staying at the rest area there simply because you're right on the highway, but it'll be interesting to see what's at the back. So after I'd walked down, I decided to bring the coaster down just to check it all out properly. It's a bit of a muddy puddle to come through on the way, but wasn't a problem getting through that. You can see there's a bit of mud there from that. But yeah, if we were staying, you could just back into that little area over there. Nice spot by the river. But like I say, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, there is traffic noise here, being on the Albany Highway, but you are back a little bit from the other rest area, so that's not too bad. I suppose anybody who was desperate enough for a swim could hop in there. Bit of farmland on the other side. Very pretty spot, really. As long as the water level of the river's up. Might be a few mozzies here, perhaps. But other than that and the traffic noise, I suppose it would be nice to stay. Getting a bit dusty from these dirt roads that we've been on. It's going to need a good clean when we get home. I imagine the kayak is rather full of it too. Hopefully we'll get a chance to clean that off before we get home, get it into the water. Thankfully the clouds are disappearing finally. That track, I believe, goes back to Robinson Road. There are other unused tracks here. That probably goes nowhere by the looks of it. But there is a big track heading out that way, and I have no idea where that goes. We'll just go back up the one we came down because we know it's passable. But this is certainly a place we would consider coming if we needed a rest stop on the way to Albany or something like that. Pleasant little area. It's just far enough back from the highway to be okay, I think. The other WC wasn't working. Not sure about this one. No. So the toilets may not be useful. So there seems to be no water to them at the moment. So Boscabel Hall is about 3 kilometres off the Albany Highway on the west side. Nice big flat area here. And hidden away just in the bush near the hall is what I have read on Wikicamps is the remains of an old tennis club, so let's go over and check that out as well while we're here. So you can see it's just a little way through the bush from where the hall is. Solid enough. So just an open structure here. It'd be useful, I suppose, if the weather wasn't too crash hot. Okay, so that's where the tennis club information came from. Probably hasn't been used for a while. would make a pleasant place to sit, I suppose, if there was a fair bit of rain around. Seems in pretty good shape still. None of the floorboards feel dodgy, and the steps seem to be okay. So we've come down to, would that be Changerup or Changerup Hall? Not too far away from Boscabel. And whether this place is still in use is hard to say. Not really looking all that good, I guess. Let's have a little explore. She's certainly one of the more substantial halls. She's made of brick. Okay, a little sign on the door. Okay, so that pretty well points to the fact that the hall is disused now, which is a bit of a shame. They've patched up the door there. I guess probably some fool has tried to get in. If you can't get into these buildings, people, leave them alone. Even if they're disused, breaking in is still breaking and entering. If they're open, that's fine, like Kenmare. You're welcome to go in and have a look. But these places, if they're secured, please don't try to break into them. So these were once the toilets at the back of the hall. Again, they're all secured. Somebody has obviously bent this. Why? What's so important that you have to get in to have a look at a toilet? A little bit of a shame that these old halls become disused and then start to fall victim to vandals. Yes, nicely secured, most of it. Even so, that window is missing, which is never going to be good in rainy weather. Once the weather gets into the halls, they get damaged very badly. Always sad to see them become unused like this. It's part of the soul of the community that's lost when that happens. Well, there's certainly plenty of room around the hall for anybody who wants to park up overnight. Oh dear, looking at the windows on this side, and not looking too crash hot. Get a little glimpse inside this bit. Again, windows gone. Yeah, poor old hall. That would have been the kitchen area. And you can probably tell why we call this particular travel blog Lakes and Rivers, because almost everywhere we've been, bar one or two little places, has had some sort of water feature there, whether it's a river or a lake. Although I think this one comes more under the heading of stream or creek.